Good day, good evening, whatever your time zone may be, it doesn't matter. You're here for VRL and VRL only. We've got 14 drivers at this moment. Well, we should have 14 drivers, should I say, for this race weekend in Canada, and it's looking to be a very good one. And yeah, it's gonna be one weekend without NHB and Righteous, because they have been kicked from the league due to unsportsmanlike behavior outside of the track. Further details, I won't go into them. That is personal, and shall not be revealed later. So yeah. And at the moment we have 14 drivers just waiting in this lobby, waiting for all the drivers to ready up and get into it, select that cars, and give the admin Phil Smith a chance to shout out the stream to get a little bit more viewers. Not as many drivers as we had last week, but it's still looking to be fairly filled. 14 drivers should be good. Filled. Let's just go through the running order. At Ferrari, or Mercedes, sorry, we have no one at the moment. We have Millennium Kid, who got his first podium last race, very impressively. Then we have the both Rebel guys, Phil Smith and Yoda, who aren't twins anymore, considering Yoda changed his profile picture. And we have Zev at Force India. We've not done journey right now. Williams, we have Boyat and in the Williams. I know we have a full grid with Hank and Antoy. Hank is actually Dota Gamer 17. Torosso, we don't have anyone for now. Then we have Becco at Haas, and then at McLaren we have Galax, and Sauber we have no one just yet. And 9 drivers only, actually. That's quite a surprise. Maybe, I hope someone will be joining. Someone will be joining after qualifying. For people watching, welcome to the stream. Should be a good one. It must be said, it's a very calm grid. Didn't expect that, to be honest. Maybe they will be join us after qualifying. It's only 9 drivers. It's fairly calm. We should have actually had like 12 or 14. Maybe they'll join in qualifying. Yeah, it's pretty sad that we only have 9 drivers, but I mean, the 9 drivers we have looks to be competitive. And I don't know, Becco, Beck. Philip, I'm just gonna call him back. Is I don't know how his driving skills are. I never seen him race, so but more focus on the guys. And we have Zeffy going out on oh jeez. Oh, that was a little bit. And Koyang's joined, so that's good. Jeller's got his teammate. Boyat going out on track in the Williams car. First, no, not the first car to hit track. No, it's Galax who's the first car out on track, I believe. Or is it Sevi? No, it's Galax who's leading the pack right now with the orange-blue helmet in the orange-blue McLaren. And we have Hank Peter, aka Daughter Gamer 17. Millennium Kid got the first podium in his VRL race last season. Yeah, the speak winner of the last race. And Zeffy DNF'd and didn't have a good weekend to say the least. Probably one of his worst weekends he had in his whole VRL career. And now he's getting in the way of the Renault. And so he says he got his Wi-Fi fixed, so that should be good. His internet should be a lot better. 6 people watching right now. Hello, welcome to the stream. And let's see. Let's just go on board with the man leading this pack. And Apex very nicely. You don't want to get too early on the power, otherwise just gonna be power sliding around here. And he maybe goes a little late on the power there, but it's probably just a banker lap. And he's just being smooth. Don't want to do anything stupid, of course, in his in your first lap and immediately DNF. So I think Galaxy is taking slowly. The drivers are very close to each other, to say the least. I'm not. Yeah, the Renault. I don't know who it is, but the Renault is gonna get dirty air. I think it's Ansel. Yes, it is. He's got dirty air. But he also, and Galaxy is completely white. It's probably just to leave the other drivers through. Who was it? Yeah, that was Yoda hitting the wall. Doesn't seem to have damage. Oh yes, he does. I think he misses a little. Oh no, sorry, my mistake. He doesn't. Zevi goes with a fastest with a 1:11.7, and Ensoy betters that with a 1:11.2. Vettel's pole time out of my head is Vettel's official pole time last season, or 2018 season, was in the 1:9, I believe. So you can get up to Ensoy's getting a little bit in the way, and Xavi's got a 5-place grip penalty for clashing with Ensoy, and my kid goes fastest. Ensoy is out. Ensoy is out of the qualifying session, and that's it. It was kind of getting in the way there of everyone, and I think that's not a fair penalty for Zev, but I can't judge anything about that one. So, and Yellow Speed coming up to the line. Can he go pole? No, yes, he can. 1:9.2. Just about improving the time of just about improving the time of Millennium Kid. And Galax goes into second with a that's only a few tenths, only a few thousand, sorry I must say, and that's a very solid lap for Film Smith. Yeah, he was coming here and saying, I'm not good at Canada. I personally thought it was mind games. He said, I'm not good at Canada, and it's not looking good for me to get a victory here, but that probably was a lie. And we have Beck. On the following lap, I believe. That's going, otherwise it's going rather fast for if that's an in lap or an out lap. And he's coming up to the main straight finish now, but he first needs to navigate that wall of champions. Can be very tricky, especially in a race. People can dive bomb and force someone. Ooh, yeah, that's what I mean. And ooh, that's a little too hard. And that lap is gone, and he's not gonna get anything good out of this one. Oh, it's gonna be a very slow lap, and he's gotta get out of the way of Zevi, who jumps up to P4 with a 1:10.6, and he's just pulling over. Oh yeah, leaving Zev by. Not really needed. They're both on the in lap. Let's just watch this in full. It might be a bit interesting if they hit each other. Stein Kornstra. Ooh, that's a bit close. Millennium Kid on his out lap. So gonna have to need fourth. You're gonna have to find fourth chance for Paul at the moment. Yeah, this time on a softest compound available. He wasn't last week. He went for the harder compound to get a better strategy for the race. I think who's a little bit disappointing right now is Phil Smith. Probably wasn't on the. Probably wasn't at his best at the moment, but his lap time should improve over the course of this qualifying session. If you have any questions for me, be sure to ask. Be sure to ask. And Boyard is now on a very quick lap. Who do you think is going to win? I think at the moment it's going to be Yoda. I think Yoda's going to win this race. He looked very quick all weekend. It just looks to be the quickest driver out of the whole league. What do you think Hank Peter will do? I think he will just go for an easy points finish. And yeah, it's not hard to get a points finish right now. You only need to probably finish the race and you should be in the points. So I think if his internet doesn't disconnect, he should get a good podium finish. And Andrea Fernaggi, if I pronounce that right, sorry if I'm doing it wrong. I think Jora's gonna get pole, and with a 1:8.9, he thinks he's going to get. And yeah, I have to agree with you. Well, maybe the pole. I think he's gonna prove be just about in a 1:9.9. And Galax on a coming around to start a lap, I think, or want to finish. No, I think he's starting a lap. Seven people watching. Millennium Kid, who is he's done impressively in the last race to get the podium in your first race. Stein asks who's going to win. I don't know, but I think it's gonna be Yoda. But I could, of course, be wrong. You should never underestimate him. Phil Smith, season 1 champion, admin of the league, curator of the league, and we have Hank on his out lap coming around to start a lap, and we have Phil just about to finish lap. Let's see what he can do. Main straight. Does he go pole, or does he even improve on his 1:11? Yes, he does. He goes P4. That's a little bit disappointing to say the least. 8 minutes. I believe Kid goes fastest. That's a good lap. And a good lap from the rookie, and we have Galaxy going fastest, almost with a 1:9.0, but it's a 1:9.6. A 1:9.006 to be precisely. If you're a random and you're watching the stream right now, let me know, and I'll give you a little shout out. Not any drivers. If you're random, not racing at the moment, not that participating in VRL. I just want to see how many viewers we have that are non-VRL drivers. Because I know some drivers like to put on the stream to, you know, have a knowing of what's going on. And you have Galax coming up to, oh no, sorry, not coming up to the line, coming into the pits. And Yoda, who's on a lap right now, flying lap. Let's just go without any filters, anything. DRS open. 7 gear, 8 gear. You should be very careful here, you can win and lose a lot of time. And this is a very tricky corner, but if you get it right, it's a very good feeling. He's coming. Ooh, that's a little slipper up there. Twine. It's a little bit hard to switch from English to Netherlands sometimes. Twan is enjoying the stream. Thank you very much, Twan. So, sorry, Andre. It's putting up right now. It's a 188. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. I was watching the comments, trying to answer some of your guys' questions, and it's a 188. And I think someone predicted that in a VRL in a comments in the live comment section. And these guys are gonna have to go again to see if they can get Paul. Conyel's left the session. He wasn't driving a qualifying. He was. I'm from the Netherlands, Twan. I come from the Netherlands. So my name is Sam, if you didn't know. Not really sure if I even told that before. And yeah, just something I'm trying to do a little bit more, have some interaction with the viewers. So yeah, if you have any questions, leave them down below in the comment section. Let's see, who's on up. Boyouts, who's in P6 right now after 9 drivers. And with a 1, that wasn't a good exit. He just about avoided making contact with a wall. I can see he's on a pad. Conyel join again. And luckily enough he wasn't qualifying, so that's good for him. Coming into this tricky hairpin, you can get it. You need to be spot on there, otherwise you're gonna make contact with a wall, or you just have to slow down to avoid making contact with a wall. Very tricky corner. I think that's one of the most interesting corners of the whole circuit, if you ask me. Navigating the wall of champions with a pad is quite tricky also, and then have to slow down a bit more than you have to do on the wheel, and then opening the DRS, not a very good exit, and he doesn't improve his time. And then we have Millennium Kid, who is also coming up to the line, and he doesn't go fast. And he's gonna have to stick with the same time he had. And then we have drivers coming out of the pit. Is Boyard going again? Yes, going for another lap. Yes, he is. Hank Peter at the moment 7th. 3rd last of all the running drivers. Let's see if there's, yeah, Phil Smith on a flying lap. Coming up to the line, he isn't improving, but I think he wasn't on a lap. Or was he? If he was, that's gonna be a little bit disappointing for him. No, he isn't. No, he wasn't on a flying lap. Very sorry about that. Let's just go on ball with him. They got another helmet for this weekend. I just noticed a silver and blue helmet. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments and I'll try to answer them. And that's I thought I was going into the wall there. Surely he lost control of his car. Probably just the server being lucky. Vrl Smith coming up to the Wolves champions. And is he gonna... Ooh, that's very nicely done. Very good on the wheel. It's going to be good enough for pole position. No, it isn't. He's just misses out on pole. Just about does. And now we have Millennium Kid coming also up to the Wolf champions. Very nicely. Ooh, make contact with the wall even there. He's pushing to the absolute limit. Is it good enough for pole? No, it isn't. It's not even improvement of his time. Hank coming up to the line also. And it's not an improvement of his time. Neither his position. Galax coming up to the line also. And he's in third right now. Is he gonna master the time of Yoda? No, he isn't. And that's probably pole position for Yoda. Must be 30 seconds on the clock. I'm not sure if anyone on flying lap. And Hank Peter spins Hank. And Millennium Kid also, I think he's not on the flying lap. Oh yes he is. Oh no he isn't, sorry. Who is though is Galax. Still finding some time to get that pole position. Needs 2 tenths to get that pole. I know this man is going to be on pole. And the flags has fallen. And Galax is the only one with the possibility to take pole position. And he's absolutely... Ooh, that's very nicely done. Hot lap mode. Almost 8th gear. And it's not an improvement of his time. That's it. And I think that's everyone who set a lap or is still out on track. I think they're all done and dusted. It's qualifying done. So it's Yoda on pole position, Vrl Smith is second, Galaxy third, Millennium Kid in fourth, Zeffy in fifth, Boyard in sixth, and I have Hank Peter in seventh, and then we had Ensoy in eighth, and then Beck in ninth. Fairly calm qualifying. TDE, he Ensoy crashed with Zef, I believe. I'm trying to get an answer from that. I'm just trying to look up on the chat what happened. We have, of course, have a VRL chat. He was on a cooldown lap and he crashed with Ensoy, and both their collapse was ruined, and they tried to get out of the way, and it was his mistake. He thought everyone was on a slow lap, and Ensoy wasn't, and he didn't get out of the way. So that's an incident I'm gonna have to look into after the race. Yes, it's probably right. And they're probably gonna go for a one stop. This time they're both gonna be on a one stop. Last race, they Yoda went qualifying the ultra soft. It helped and it worked, and he was able to get much faster tires, the much better strategy, and it led him to victory. It also really helped that Phil eventually crashed. I would just say in the corners just before the main straight, he crashed. And the formation lap is a go. And let me just run you through the people who just joined. Stein just joined. Not a Ferrari driver. He is actually a oh, that's embarrassing. I don't know. I think he's actually a Williams driver. Oh, that's embarrassing. I don't know that in my head. The Mercedes driver, I know. Konyal's a Mercedes driver. He's in a McLaren driver. But both their points, the possible points that they may score will go to their respective teams, and they will not go to Mercedes or Ferrari. Anyway, yeah. Yeah, that's a little bit awkward. Last time out, he crashed in the castle section, and the season before he crashed at the same track, but this time he did it in the castle section. So I think Sauber, there are no Saubers this race, Emek, so there gotta be no constructors points for you guys. And I got I would say the what's the word? I don't know. I got requested to focus more on the front drivers. I would thought it would be more good to follow more the midfield drivers. Because 9 out of 10 times they do crash a little bit more than the other guys. You're the speaker pole for this VRL race. Waiting on 5 simple red lights. And the lights go out and then away we go. And it's a good start from Yoda. Phil has got a little bit better of a start there. And he waves the Renault down. He said that's a ridiculous move. That's Ensoy. And then we have a few drivers spinning. A few drivers onto the grass. And then Phil still is in second. Followed by Galax. He nearly loses it. And Ensoy made a bit of a dive bomb. And I think that was a bit too much of a dive bomb. Already a few penalties coming in. That's probably for contact. And then Galaxus, Phil Smith, who was looking actually quite not comfortable on the ultra softs. The man who's on the hypers, Galaxy and McLaren, but looking to finally get a podium after very decent results the previous races, and I think it's looking to settle down a bit. Millennium Kid on Ensoy, they both are the one who made contact, I believe. So I think Millennium Kid is not going to be happy with that. Ensoy getting the elbows out, probably a bit more than the elbows, but yeah, and he's down the inside, and he's onto the grass. Needs to be careful not to hit him. And he doesn't, and that's fairly cool racing. And so he goes ahead into the corner, and there's nothing Millennium Kid can do. And he's made contact with the wall again, as he got damage from that incident. And we have Boyard and Zevin to the pits. Let's just focus on this battle for a bit. Around the outside, maybe. No, he can't go there. And then Ensoy is still in the lead, and is he gonna go for the dive bomb? Millennium Kid, is he gonna go for the dive bomb? No, he's not. He thinks better of it. Just trying to get the slipstream. No DRS, of course, for the first 2 laps. Lap 3 it will be activated, and then he has got the slipstream, but doesn't seem to catch up a lot. He's saving ERS. And he is gonna have a big advantage here, considering he's on the wheel. And the World Champions is almost impossible to do with a pad. And we also have a bit of a, and that's Stein DNF'd. And why that? What happened there? I don't know, but let's just focus on this battle. And Ensoy goes wide and doesn't come back. Luckily, that would have been a nasty crash if he did. 1.2 is the gap between the leaders. Probably both men are on the same strategy. Of course, both Red Bulls with a 1-2. Not in first. I think they got the first 1-2 of the season. Last race out in Baku, and they're not ahead of McLaren just yet. McLaren have been performing fairly consistent, and yeah, Renault, who are a bit down on the points. I have 4 points out of 4 races, and all those points were scored in one race where only 10 drivers finished. And then we have both men of the DRS, both Renaults, battling it out. And then Ansel goes a little bit wide. That's gonna give Hank a little bit of time. And then yellow flags. Yellow flags. Where are the yellow flags coming from? I can't find anything, so it must be the game being weird. Mata is just behind his teammate, who's just followed by Coniel. Phil Smith in second, doing fairly consistent. He was second last year out, but that was a very different situation. So it'll be interesting to see what both men can do. I think it's barely gonna come down to pace, and then we have Coniel going around the outside of Matthijs. And there's a little touch there, I think. There was a little bit of a touch, but no biggie deal. And then Coniel's gonna have to try come back at him again. The Indonesian driver battling it out with the Dutch driver. And we have the first color cup penalty of the race. I think it's gonna be Hank Peter. And then he's gonna be a little bit loose here, and he's gonna hit him up the back. What I think happened here was Coniel got a very accident. Hank, and he's gonna go around the outside now, and there was contact there, and I think there was lag. And Hank Peter is out. And he's not gonna score any points like I predicted, but yeah, that's very sad after an incident with Coniel. I'm not sure what happened there. I think it was just the game being laggy. Let me know what you think of that incident. I was on board with him, so you could get a good view of it. And Blamer gets into the pits. That's a fairly early pit stop. And he goes into the Ultrasofts. Ultrasoft it is. He's definitely being changed down by Beck. Like I said, if you have any questions, leave them know. Let me know you're here. Let me opinion on the race so far. Lap 6 out of 35. Xavier, of course, had to make an early pit stop because of a start incident. And so now in fourth. And off Coniel. And we have Galaxy into the pit. The guy from the Hypersofts are gonna have to make early stops. And it's not looking to be a great weekend for Renault. Although we do have Enzo in fifth. Sorry. He hadn't made a pit stop yet. He's gonna have to come in now. Let's see how this pit stop goes. And that's a very good pit stop. Larry Kip moves up a place once again. Let's see where he comes out compared to Galaxy, and that's quite a bit of a gap. And they have Cornel going very, very long, probably on the super soft, on the, yeah, that's a super soft, I was correct. Looking good, looking great, and there's probably his target is to just bring up some points from McLaren. It's gonna be very hard for them to keep hold of the first place in the Constructors Championship, but because that the Red Bull teams look so strong, and yeah, it's a bit calmer now. And the only fight that we have really going on is Boyat. Both are new drivers, which I mentioned in the video that I posted about all the driver changes. Go check it out after the stream. So for the non-drivers here, how long have you been following VRL? Just looking a bit quiet here, to be honest, and we have teammates, and Cornel goes a little bit wide. And he's gonna have to, yeah, he's left his teammate through. That's a decision pure by him. I don't think there was any communication going on between them. They're not in a party or anything. A battle for P8. BC in battle with the Williams driver. Boyat around the outside into the tight hairpin. 2 into 1, do not go there, and they don't, and they make contact. And as he lost a bit of front wing there, I don't see anything. No, I don't think there was contact between them, and he pushes him to the wall. What was that? He just squeezed him into the wall, and that's not fair. And yeah, Benko's gonna, both gentlemen are gonna have to come into the pits. And Levenketer's got a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. I'm just trying to find some battling out here. Oh, yeah, Phil Smith into the pits and he's stuck. Oh no, it probably wasn't. That's just the game being laggy. And the first interesting pit stop has been made. Now it's a question of can he make enough time up to Yoda to get in front of him? He's now got a 20-second gap Yoda Speak has. And Gallas gets his first penalty of the race. And if I was Yoda, I would cover Phil right now and go into the pit. Of course, these guys can't make a pit stop at the same time because they're teammates, otherwise they would be double stacking and you would lose even more time. Into the pits he goes, and that's just going ball with Phil to see where he comes from. And Yoda's ahead. Yoda is ahead of Phil Smith, and that's just gonna be not a sprint race, but a pure race to the finish line. No more stops for both guys. And I think Yoda's got this one in the bag. And I mean, he's pretty quick for someone that says he doesn't have any pace around Canada. Must be said. Let's see if there's any battles going on. Millennium Kid won only a few tenths ahead of Cornelius, going long on the stint. I think he's gonna try to do something like put on the soft hyper softs in the last few laps and try to make up a few positions. Of course, involved in an incident with Hank. And he's gonna get a better traction out of the World Champions. And down the inside. Ooh, can he get it right? Yes, he can. Squeeze him out, and there's no holding him back anymore. And he's gonna be into clean air. And just trying to push to get to the podium. He's basically a sitting duck. I'm not sure. Yeah, I mean, if you would pit right now, then you would basically ruin your whole strategy. You would be hopeless. But I think, simply put, he made the wrong call by going on to the super softs. It's not good. And Zavi is pretty invincible this race. Back in 8th, making contact with Boyard a few laps ago. And I think Boyard is not going to be happy with that contact because he basically got pushed into the wall. And that's an incident I'm gonna have to look into. These guys made contact earlier. And he's now got the DRS. He's gonna go down. Ooh, it's dangerous driving, my back. Sorry, I'm pronouncing his name wrong. It's BEC. And then he just completely. What is he doing? This is just dangerous driving. It's completely dangerous driving. He's damaged his front wing again, and it's dangerous driving by BEC. BEC Philip Racing is not really being a gentleman, to say the least, and I think Boyle's kinda getting fed up with it. And in the background we have Galax, who's coming around to lap both gentlemen. Let's see if that goes the way he wants. It does, yes. Boyard gets nicely out of the way, just like a gentleman needs to do. And the gap, I think this race was actually won at the start because the gap is kind of consistent. I mean, Phil's not closing in, and well, he is now, but Phil's not really closing in. But Yoda's not really going out. And one misjudgment, and one of the gentlemen can get a penalty. And Phil is really closing in right now. And Zev has now got a penalty, a few seconds. And BEC leaves Galax go, which closes Boyard immediately up, and he's gonna he's not gonna have DRS, but he's gonna get a slipstream, and let's see what he can do. He's probably gonna have DRS for the upcoming straight. He's gonna have to brake early here, but because he has the front wing damage, no DRS, weirdly enough. And Millennium Kid is the next car to lap them, which is probably keeping this fight alive. And Boyar's gonna be hampered because he has following damage, and that's blue flags for both gentlemen. Boyar's getting more out of the way earlier than BEC. BEC now getting in the way of Millennium Kid. That's not really too good of him. And then we have Boyard immediately taking advantage and going up to P8. And now BEC is gonna have DRS for the upcoming state. And BC has already left a 2-second gap. Three-second gap right now. Is he gonna close that in? And Vrl Smith is definitely gain a few chance on Yoda. .3 is the gap right now. Vrl's pushing, and maybe the pace issue that Yoda said he has around Canada is now coming into play. I mean, one mistake from him and he could be definitely in danger, and I mean that by he may get a penalty. And Enzo is 1.3 behind Coniel. Coniel hasn't made a pit stop yet. On the super soft tires, starting on the super soft tires. And Coniel's finally into the pits. Oh, that's Zevi off. And I think that's a spin completely on his own. And that's yeah, that's not a great weekend from Zev. He's still probably gonna get the place of Coniel though, but that's probably a complete spin on his own. I think he just went too early on the power and he just went into the gods, and his mission to catch Enzo has been hampered a little bit. And Vrl Ps4 losing out again on Yoda. He came second last season, just about missing out on the pit exit, and then his rival just drove away into the distance and was never seen again. He got like 16 seconds behind Vrl Smith. Pretty hopeless from to get P2 or even P1. Millennium Kid could be on for his second podium in a row. Only 4 seconds between them, and now we have basically no man's land. We have Enzo. And then Zevi, you have 17 seconds between the gap between Enzo and Zevi. Coniel 4 seconds behind on fast tires, who's on the ultra softs. He should be making up a lot of time, and he is making up a lot of time to Zevi. He's probably just looking out to cut his way through the field and find a certain rhythm, and then take everything step by step. And Enzo is into the pits. I thought he already pitted. No, he didn't pit. Oh jeez. Oh, that's a mistake from me. And he comes behind Coniel, and he's gonna have to make up time. He has got faster tires though, but I think, to be honest, I think Coniel's got the better pace. And the gap is closing down again. It's 3.8, 3.9. If you have any questions about any races, previous races that you may have missed, or maybe even season 1, wondering what happens between certain drivers or certain stories I could maybe tell, If you have any questions about that, just let me know and I'll try to answer them. Because I'm probably longest around of most of these guys. I would just say probably longer around than most of these guys. I think Zev was there from season 1. Never missed a single race, by the way. And Phil Smith, of course, he put the league up. And it says no, Galaxy had 1 lap. I don't believe that. I think that's... No, there's no way. There's no way Galaxy has 1 lap. And Lemon Kid's still chasing Galaxy down by 4. Yeah, that was at 18 seconds is the gap. Yes, and Mac Coniel is on McLaren. Lemon Kid. Very consistent driver, I believe. Someone who's very good at wrapping up the points. And Coniel's catching up to Xavi on the ultra soft tires, new ultra soft tires. I think he's gonna have to go on a 2-stopper. I want to have a look at the penalties, to be honest. I am very interested if Yoda or Phil have any warnings, because that could be decided on penalties. But let's just first, I think it's not handy to go away from this. How would you say this? This battle. Xavi hasn't had his best weekend, having to make an early pit stop. Coming up to the main straight. DRS not open. Now it is. And is he gonna be able to close enough of the gap, and Zev goes into the pits. That's a bit of an anti-climax. And where he's gonna come out? Is he gonna... Yeah, he's gonna come out ahead of Boyal and BEC. He also made a front wing change. Did I miss something? Did he have damage? And is that why he needed to make a second pit stop? Is this plan or is it not? These guys are gonna have to make another stop 110%. These guys, nearly going to the wall there. These guys are probably also gonna have to make a pit stop. And one thing that is who's surprising me, that's Ensoid. But he did have a lap 1 incident, and that could result into a penalty. But for now he's doing good and he's keeping up with Ensoid, or with Cornel, sorry. And coming on to the world champions, he is DRS, 6 tenths between them. Gonna be a good battle. Not being able to close the gap enough down to make a move. Coming to this very flowing corner, especially on the wheel. On the controller it's a little bit harder to do actually. And the gap has come up again between those guys. Between 1 second. It was 8 tenths coming at the end of the straight, and Galaxy is increasing his gap to Millennium Kid, and I think he should be safe for the podium. And the gap is very consistent between Yoda and Phil, and if maybe Phil has got to lead into turn 1, I think it maybe would have been Phil on the lead. And I think Yoda's gonna take this weekend. Gonna take that race win. I'm very eager to see if Yoda or Zev has got any penalty. Yoda. And he's got 2 warnings, so he's able to make one more mistake. And just like Phil, both gentlemen have 2 warnings, and the gap has now rapidly decreased between Phil and Yoda. They both have 2 warnings, so that could be something. It's gonna be interesting if Yoda gets a penalty. He isn't sure of victory, I believe. He shouldn't. If I was him, I would be driving very careful. But of course, you also have a very quick driver in the name of Phil Smith behind you, your teammate. So you always want to be ahead of your teammate. Very close to the world champions, and the match is almost up actually. He's got what I can see from his very pixely steering wheel. I think he's got 12% left. So, and it's just blue flag. So that's this one's gonna be interesting. Let's just see how this goes. 5-second stop going penalty for Millennium Kid, and Galax and Millennium Kid are both into the pit. And this is gonna go clean, and no spectacular things happening in there. Galaxy is now 40 seconds behind, and Xavier's left the session. Surely there must be a disconnect. Surely that's a disconnect. You're not gonna leave Phil Smith is in it. Huh? Why is Phil Smith into the pit? He is gonna make a 2-stopper, and no way you're gonna make that. I thought it would be a 1-stopper for them both. They both started on the ultras, and I thought it was going to be a 1-stopper. So what are your thoughts on this, chat? So what are your thoughts on this? 7 people watching. Probably all our drivers. Let me get now 2 seconds behind Galax. And now the big question is Yoda gonna make another pit stop, or is he gonna try to? I mean, it's not impossible to go to the end. I don't know his style there, but Phil, it's probably has made this pit stop because he can and wants to go for the fastest lap, or B, thinks Yoda also gonna make another pit stop and he thinks he's got the undercut right now. That's gonna have to be played out in the rest of the race. Lemon thinks Yoda's gonna win, and he said he's gonna do a 1-stop. It's gonna be fairly interesting. I mean, if Yoda's gonna make a pit stop, it's gonna be interesting. Because they're gonna be fairly close to each other. I mean, if he makes a stop, I think the gap is gonna be like 1 point. Ooh, yeah, it's a 2-stopper. It's a 2-stopper from Yoda, and I thought it was planned to be a 1-stopper. It's going to be enough for Phil Smith to get that position, get that P1. He's made the undercut. And if he doesn't get it right now, he will never get it probably. Is he gonna come in second or is he gonna come out in first? And I think, yeah, Yoda's gonna probably take victory here. And Yoda's probably gonna win this race because the gap is 3 seconds. Yoda's got fresher tires. The only reason I see this going wrong. The only reason I can see this going wrong for him is if he corner cuts. And if he makes another corner cut, he's gonna get a penalty because there's three warnings. And I think this is there's a new set of ultras, I believe. I don't think it's a huge one. Phil Smith now with the points. Of course, that's with the fastest lap point. Yeah, he is closing that gap down. He is definitely closing that gap down. And oh, I'm touching out there. And it's 3 points, 3 right now. He's lagging all over the place on my screen. That's just not going well with him. Let's see if Yoda's feeling the pressure and he's gonna make and Lemon says that Yoda could do a donut and probably still win. Ooh, I thought it was damage for Yoda actually there. And for the last 5 laps we have a driver in the name of Zevi actually coming to talk with us about what happened. So I'm just gonna join this party right now. Unlike last time I should have the audio. Hello, Zev. Hey, how you doing? Yeah, it's another DNF. Yeah, it's a non-point finish. What happened? You disconnected, didn't you? Yeah. Yeah, I did actually. I had that. I normally had that off, but just not to get bothered by anyone. But I didn't realize I could sometimes have a driver coming in, so it's on now, so people can hear you. And then Enzo is closing down. Oh. And then we have last lap few battles going on here. Like Millennium Kid closing down on Galax and Ensoy closing down on Conyal. And Yoda's coming to lap Conyal and Ensoy. And Boyat. And I think Boyat's already been lapped. Now, were you involved in that start incident? Because I wonder what happened there. I think Ensoy just dive bombed it. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, but because I could saw Renault coming in fairly hard. Oh, this is gonna be a bit interesting. But as I could saw Renault coming in like a madman, and were you a victim of that? Were you hit by that Renault or not? No. Ah. Oh! What the fuck? What? Huh? That was really weird. But I think what happened was Cornel was trying to go into the pits and he also has a stop go penalty. And your driver's getting lapped by Ensoy. What did you see that? He just got raped. What the hell? That was really weird. And Millennium Kid is into the pits. I think he's gonna try to go for the fastest lap, which is well, I'm getting a message that you still can't be heard, which I put it on share part. I'm not sure why it's not working. Oh, there was really Phil getting hit by Antoy. What? That's fairly weird because I have the setting on. I'm trying to fix it, but yeah, so basically what Seth said was he got a very good start and he went onto the grass and was a victim of the outside Renault. And then he had to come in and change his front wing, and this race was basically done, and he also disconnected later in the race. That's fairly sad, but I think not much going to happen right now between Yoda and Phil Smith. Yeah, but you also crashed with Enson, didn't you? Yeah. No, I didn't give it. I can't give anything. I mean, the game gave that. Would be great if I could give penalties. Yeah. I'll have a look into it. Don't worry. After the race. So you haven't got the race recording? Oh, okay, that's pretty sad. Oh yeah, I believe you. It's okay. Yoda's been dominant all the race, and he's gonna come around to take his final lap. I don't think Phil Smith is gonna put much up of a threat. Is he gonna bottle it? Is he gonna feel that gust of wind just like Rosberg? I don't think he is. He's just gonna be probably cruising to the finish line, wanting to get that 25 points, and probably taking the championship, the lead championship. Yeah, it's nothing really. Yeah, a bit like Shanghai, China. Anyway, I think. Yeah. Anyway, I'll fix the issue for next race. I'll try to test it out. But for now, we have Yoda Speak coming around the final time, the final corner, and he's gonna come onto the main straight. Take victory in VRL Canada, and it's Phil Smith in second for the second year in a row, and it's probably gonna be first position in the championship for Red Bull. Galaxy third, taking probably I believe out of my head his first podium of the whole season. And yeah, it's just gonna take good points, and I think McLaren are gonna retain their second position in the championship because Red Bull surely is now ahead of McLaren. And coming through to take P3, very well done. Millennium King in fourth, another very good performance by him. After taking a podium in Baku, he now comes around to take P4 in Canada, and that's another fairly good point for the constructors and the oh, what the? We have Ensoy and Cornel have crashed with each other, and then what the hell? This is I've never seen this in my life. And then we have the wheel of Cornel off, and I think Boyard's gotta come around to take P7, and what? There was a crazy last lap crash, and Boyard is seventh. That's all I know, and well, let's just enjoy the podium for now. Congratulations to Yoda, who takes his second victory in a row. But Galaxy with the third podium of with the first podium of the season, and Phil Smith with his second place in the fourth round. Very well done by these three gentlemen. Drove clean and collected the points. Fairly calm race, bit boring, but should be better next time. But next race should be in 1 week, I believe. Should be fairly close, and we have a few penalties here and there, but nothing affecting the race result, I believe. But the other takes first, Phil Smith take second, Galaxy in third, Millennium King in fourth, Ensoy in fifth, Cornel in sixth, Boyard in seventh, Xavi then a finish, BEC ninth, and then we have two DNFs by Hank and Stein. I want to thank you for watching, and I hope to see you next week, where it should be around 6. I can't remember which track, but I hope to see you then, and it should be more of an exciting race. Bye bye.